When I started this channel a few weeks ago, I knew from the very start that one of the first games I would play was going to be Pragmata. I wanted to play this game since the very first trailer because the world and characters intrigue me, and I cannot believe that I managed to make it this far without getting spoiled a single thing. So join me as I play through this game blind and get the Platinum Trophy. And just so I'm clear, I have not looked at the trophy list or descriptions before starting. All I know is that there are no missable trophies, and even if there was, I'm gonna need 2 playthroughs to earn the Platinum. That's it. Now enough talk, let's head to the moon! Ah wait, that's the wrong game. Hitting start, I pick the standard difficulty, cause I ain't no casual gamer, and get thrown into the intro. I'm put into the shoes of Hugh, an engineer sent to the Cradle, a scientific station on the moon, which went radio silent a few days ago, which almost reminds me of something terrifying for some reason, but I'm not exactly sure what. I enter the base with my best friends, James, Ken, and Nicholas, and they will definitely be a very important part of this game. We walk for 5 minutes and I get to try out the movements, running, dashing, jumping, and then we wake a helper robot and a moonquake happens, instantly killing Ken and Nicholas, while James saves us before getting crushed and we fall to our death. Fun game, 10 out of 10, definitely Game of the Year material. Okay, so we're not actually dead, just knocked out, while this little girl fixes my suit and wakes me up. No time to ask who she is though, as the base's AI turns on us and sends a robot to kill me. Thankfully, I have a gun, so this is gonna be easy. Damn, am I the one doing no damage? What's going on? Is this a late game enemy? Why is the health bar almost full? All hope seems lost until the little girl hacks the robot, opens it up for me, and I can actually shoot it dead. I get a few hacking tutorials, learn to open doors, and fight my way to a tram to head to safety and earn my very first trophy. Along the way, time to learn a few things. The little girl isn't actually a child, she's an AI robot called a Pragmata, and she goes by the name DI-03367. No, none of that! Her name is Diana. I don't want to see those damn numbers in my comment section. Actually, screw that, this is a new channel, I need the engagement, please comment 6-7, and while you're at it, leave a like too, I appreciate it, thank you! Back on topic, Diana doesn't really know what's going on since she was in storage for a while and woke up very recently. She can't tell us what happened to the people here, why the AI, Edis, went rogue, or how to fix the situation. What she can do, however, is act so cute and sweet I'm actively getting diabetes. At the end of the tram line, we enter the shelter, our safe hub and upgrade station. I will unlock more of this place's functionality as I progress through the game, but this is where I will unlock weapons and tools, upgrade my gear, level up my main gun and health, and do a few other fun things. At level 0, however, there really isn't much that I can do besides look around and talk to Diana and get to know her. These conversations are really sweet, optional, and a great way to get more insight into what the two characters are thinking and doing. And I get another trophy for talking to her twice, which is very cool. With no money or upgrade material, I head into the game's first real level, the solar power plant, with the single objective of restoring power through the entire lunar base. I turn on a power supply, which unlocks part of the area, and also allows Edis to start throwing mechs at me, which is a good chance to get used to the combat. Essentially, unless Diana hacks a bot, I do no damage. Hacking is performed through this grid while I aim. You control the cursor with the X, square, triangle, and circle button, allowing me to aim and shoot at the same time, which is something I never managed to do. Hacking, shooting and aiming, and moving. That's 3 things, and my brain only allows me to do 2 of those things at once. But that's fine. So long as I stay in movement, I should have no issues hacking, then shooting and repeating, and so far, this is really fun. Before too long, I find an emergency exit, which is a fast travel point essentially. And then I can travel back to it or to any other point unlocked at any time. I progress further in, getting a bit more experience with the gameplay, fighting a few tougher waves of enemy, and opening locked doors until I find my first secondary weapon, the Shockwave Gun, which You guessed it, is a shotgun, and I was overjoyed because I love shotguns. They are always my go-to weapon in shooting games, and I figured with that, I won't use that tiny handgun anymore. Unfortunately, the gun only has 4 shots, and once fired, the gun doesn't work anymore and it's back to the pistol. Oh well, I'll give this a chance to see how balanced that system is. Along the way, I also find half of a globe next to a broken printer. This is an REM, or Real Earth Memory, a gift you can give to Diana at the shelter in exchange for a coin, which I don't know what that does yet, but I'm sure I'm going to find out eventually. I also find this little guy. This is a mini cabin. There are 15 of those guys scattered across the map, 3 in each main area, and I need to find them all for a trophy. Spoilers, I will forget about them and not find any for a little while. At least this one gives me a trophy. Getting close to the end of this area, I go back to level up and get the full weapon tutorial at the shelter. And now that I really get how it works, I have to say I love it. Limited weapons that are easy to find on the map and that can be freely equipped once unlocked every time you leave the shelter is a great way to balance the stronger stuff. I pretty much never have to worry about reloading, and the way it forces you to equip only one of each type of weapon between attack, tactical, and defense means that a meathead like me can't just equip 3 high damage weapons. I have to think about what I'm doing and use each gun accordingly, and that's not even mentioning the hacking nodes and mods that spice up the gameplay even more. Before heading out, I do give Diana the REM I found for a trophy, and she is just overjoyed. Am I the only one feeling my ovaries quiver right now? Back in the field, it doesn't take long before I find my objective, guarded by the first boss of this game, the Sector Guard. I genuinely love this fight. The boss is agile but easy to dodge and move around. It teaches us to look for the obvious weak points on each enemy, which is not always the head, and I also learn about 2 more mechanics. First is the critical shot, a powerful blow that can be made on downed enemies, which for now only happens when I do enough damage to a boss, but eventually I will have more chance to trigger that on almost any enemy. And second is the Overdrive Protocol, a powerful move that Diana can do when her gauge is filled. She deals damage to every enemy in range, stuns them, and opens them up for more damage. With those 2 new tools in hand, it doesn't take more than a minute before I melt this robot down to scrap and earn another trophy, allowing me to restore power to the whole cradle. Oh, and I teach Diana how to high-five, and I'm starting to feel like this game is going to hurt me at some point. I'm almost afraid to get attached to her, but I don't think this is my decision anymore. Back at the shelter, we level up to access level 1 and unlock a few more things in here. I can level up my stats to a higher maximum level, see a library of data about enemies, and talk to Cabin, who has 2 very important things for me. First is the Stamp Club. Remember that coin Diana gave me earlier for the REM? Well, this is where I can use those, on a total of 4 bingo grids that unlock a few things like more healing canisters, skins for me and Diana, hacking nodes, mods, and other cool things. Second is the training missions. These are a total of 30 preset missions with various objectives, and each with 2 optional targets. Reach the goal, defeat the enemies, or just survive until the timer ends. Each mission has preset stats and equipment, and reward me with tons of upgrade materials, which are only going to make my time in the cradle easier. I need to beat the main objective for each mission for a trophy, and as much as I would love to do them all right now, I need to unlock more by finding training data out in the cradle. So I'll have to wait and be happy with the trophy I get for clearing the first one. Talking to Diana some more, she gives me a drawing, and yeah, this is the cutest AI art I've ever seen in my life, and she is now my child. If anything happens to her, I will raise this world to cinders. And now, enough talking about mechanics and boring stuff, let's head into the mass production array, where Diana almost falls to her death while chasing a cat. That was close. Almost had to destroy the world right here. The goal here is simple. Make it to the comms tower to send a message to Earth and let them know what's going on here, and what happened to the rest of my crew. Oh, look at that, the tower's right there. Ah, never mind, I need to find the 5 locks to open the gate that Edith closed in my face. Thankfully, this area is super cool, made to look like a condensed version of New York, making me pass through a mall area, an office space, and what looks like a very boring Wish version of Times Square. I meet some new enemy types, like these giant human things that I hate because they're so uncanny, and clear my first red zone. These are locked areas requiring a key to open. They hold tougher enemies, usually in 2 to 3 waves of them, and clearing them rewards me with a few rarer upgrade materials or mods, and of course, clearing the first of them grants me a trophy. Follow the path, use the giant limb printer to make some new bridges, find locks to open, and around the middle of the area I encounter a sweeper. This little flying saucer is a rare enemy which, once hacked, breaks and releases a lot of limb. By luck, I just managed to hack it before it leaves and get the trophy, which is amazing, because I didn't know it at this point, but this enemy is so rare that outside of this fixed one-time spawn point, I haven't encountered a single one for the rest of the game. I think I avoided a massive headache here. A bit more progress and I found myself at a dead end with a convenient upgrade that allows Diana to deconstruct limb clusters. Don't you just love it when video games give you what you need exactly when you need it? A few rooms later, I play with a big laser and by luck happen to kill 3 enemies at once with it, earning me the Round 'em Up trophy. See, this is the fun thing when you don't look up guides for everything you do, you get fun surprises like this here and there. A bit of walking later and I already find myself at the end of the area and get into a fight with the creator, and I have to ask, what's the purpose of a robot this big? I mean, yeah, the fight is awesome in that scale, but this is a research facility. What does it need something so big for? Oh, wait, it constructs building. It's the creator. I just answered my own stupid question. Oh well, second boss down, another trophy, and we can finally contact Earth. Just kidding, Edis is blocking everything again. Only option is to try and get out of there. Or at least that's until we meet a talking cat. What a silly game. Cats don't talk. This is actually someone else, trapped in the Terradome, who's asking for our help, and like the good girl she is, Diana insists that we go and help. So I guess we have a new destination and goal in mind. That being said, I'm not gonna go there quite yet. Instead, I'm gonna move back to the first and second areas to find all the collectibles I missed and earn a bunch of trophies along the way. While I technically get no trophies for finding everything, I will unlock something in the postgame by doing that, which in turn will give me a few more, and I much prefer finding as many as I can along the way. Plus, Diana's new scanning ability can tell me where collectibles are within a certain distance, so now is the perfect time to start looking. Along the way, I find a hollow wall hiding some goodies and a trophy. I clear out the first stamboard from cabin for another. Find every collectible in the first area for a third. Also complete the first REM series by finding 3 matching ones, which makes Diana overjoyed. And I also unlocked an extra bit of the shelter, allowing me and all my viewers to subscribe to the channel for more trophy hunting content, as well as a reminder that once this channel hits 1,000 subs, I will fight my greatest fear and get the platinum trophy for Subnautica. About an hour later, most of the collectibles are found, my stuff is upgraded, and I'm ready to head into level 3. True to its name, the Terradome is full of trees and plants and a few birds, and half the stage is centered around making trees go away, or finding keys to grow platform to progress. There are also a few new enemies which I get to train against in a small gauntlet-like section, which also includes weapon distributors and that freaking cat. Along the way, on a trip to heal and upgrade my stuff, I talk to Diana and unlock the hide-and-seek game, and get a trophy for fighting her. Past the first segment of the Terradome, I earned 2 more trophies entirely by luck. One for dealing 6,000 gunshot damage in 1 second, and one for doing over 3,000 damage with a single hack. If you need me to explain how I did any of those things, I can't. I have no idea what I did, they just happened as I played the game, but I am happy I earned them here. I also upgrade a weapon enough that I need pure lunum to keep leveling it up, a rare and limited material. Of course, I use it on the shotgun and get another pop, and again, not knowing when one of those will appear on my screen is freaking great. I should play games blind more often. I then find 2 more cool things in this area, the first being an upgrade to my equipment, allowing me to hold an extra tactical and attack weapon on me at all time, and the second is a second main weapon, a small machine gun that can replace my handgun. I tried it for a bit though, and I'm not really a fan. More bullets is a good thing, but it takes longer to recharge, deals much less damage, and has a lot of recoil. I'll stick to the pistol, thanks. In clearing the first half of this area, I finally meet 8, the person speaking through cats. Except she's not a person, she's another Pragmata, who seems to know a bit more about what's going on, and she really wants to take down Edis. Unfortunately, she's currently stuck in a tree, and we need to make it disappear to free her. On our way there, we find something absolutely beautiful. A beach, something Diana had never seen before, and this is a really touching cutscene where we help her figure out what she wants to do, and if she wants to go to Earth, which the answer is a big yes, and I swear, I will do everything in my power to get her down on that big blue rock. I get a bit turned around, but eventually make my way to the console I need and get ambushed by Edis again and have to deal with the third boss of the game, the Garden Keeper. How that big scorpion bolt thing keeps a garden, I will never know, but look, it's already dead! With 8 free, I go back to her, but before I can get her out, Edis tries to seal us in. 8 gives Diana the shutdown code, and we barely escape. Next stop, the Lumen Mines, and Edis' mainframe to shut it down for good. This might be my favorite area in the game, simply because you get to go out into space! Lower gravity means higher jumps, stronger boost, and a giant robot snake haunting my dreams. This is the Luna Digger, and every time I walk on actual moon ground, it will dig around and try to eat me. And as I explore and hunt down every collectible I can reach, I actually managed to repel it for a trophy. Yay! I also encounter a shield enemy for the first time and get very lucky here. See, while fighting it, a trophy popped and I had no idea why. Turns out I happen to have a confusion node equipped, which I used on the big guy. Normally this makes robots attack their allies, which is very useful, but for this one specific robot, it makes it defend me and place a shield between me and another enemy. Cool mechanic, I like that. Then it's more of the same, explore, fight, find stuff, push annoying crates all over the place, until you reach the end. I might have repelled the Luna Digger, but I can't run here. If we want to shut Edis down for good, I'm gonna need to skin that snake. Another big boss down, and as we enter the tower, we finally see other people. Unfortunately, they're all dead in piles of black sludge. I have no idea what that is, we have seen it a couple times before, but when I step on it, it hurts, and it's not Luna filament, but I'm sure it's gonna be fine. We reach the main console. Edis almost kills us, but Diana comes forward and manages to reset him. Yeah, that's my girl, great job! Celebrations are short-lived though, as Edis comes back to life, reset, and we are betrayed by 8, who tries to kill me, only for Diana to take a massive hit for me. The way my heart dropped here was insane. Seeing Diana, my little girl, with one arm off, made me feel a way that I had never really felt before. We barely managed to escape, but she is badly hurt and we need to get her fixed right away. I don't even care about trophies anymore, and I never once thought about how Hugh could survive or fight here without her hacking the robots. I only cared about her safety. Making it to the shelter, an emergency signal is sent automatically, and Cabin sends us to a special tram heading to the experimental Pragmatics, the place where Diana and 8 were created. I head straight to the machine that fixes most of her, but can't get rid of the black gunk in her, needing more power. And again, I feel a lot of emotions when I see this.
You need to rest.
I'm going.
My god, Grace Saif did an incredible job voicing Diana. For a moment, I forgot this was a game, that she was an AI. This was the resolution of a girl who is afraid, in pain, but determined not to be a burden. To keep helping and to help me specifically, because just as much as I want her to be okay and healthy and safe, she wants that for me too, and she knows if I go out alone, I will most likely never return. So she climbs on my back again and we explore the area to find a new reactor for the machine and learn a few truths along the way. The truth about 8's motivation, the dead filament, Diana's creation and purpose, and her creator's goals. More than ever before, I want to get Diana back on her feet and help her get to Earth, because she deserves a life of her own, not just to be a shadow of someone else. It takes a while and I can hear how she's getting weaker, but we do find a reactor reaching the machine just in time before Diana passes out. The process begins, but a powerful enemy appears, the Sentinel. I know I can't beat this thing on my own, but at the very least I have to hold him back until Diana is healthy again. And just as I'm about to lose to be killed, she gets out of the machine with a massive upgrade, the Destruction Protocol.
Deletion protocol, initiate!
This won't actually kill enemies when I use it, usually, except maybe for the weakest one. but it does increase the strength and effects of her abilities. And now that she's fixed, everything's fine and we can keep going. Right?
You?
Yeah. We're out of here.
I really can't have anything nice, can I? I am hurt. The dead filament is inside me and it is slowly killing me. And soon I will learn that, even though Diana can now clear and purify it from the environment and machines, she can't purify organic matters. For a moment, I do feel angry. I know Hugh's gonna die and that he and Diana won't be together for very long after this. But then, calm and focus washes over me. 8 needs to be stopped before she sends all of the dead filament to Earth, and I need to make sure Diana can safely get off this moon. Nothing else matters right now, and I imagine that this is how a parent must feel, putting their kids above all, ignoring their own wants and needs to make sure that their child is safe and cared for and happy. And at this moment, it's pretty much all I can think of. I don't have kids, by the way. I've been very single for way too long. I don't know why this game is affecting me so much. I can't take 8 down without upgrading my gear a little, so I go back to previous areas and pick up every single collectible I have missed, then head to the central port. In here, a lot of enemies are infected by dead filament, and I need to use Diana's new ability to purify them and properly fight. Doing so, and seeing the reload time for that ability, I very quickly learn to charge it up as long as I can to include as many enemies as possible within the blast, which gets me another trophy. I also find every training sim data to clear every training mission, and print every available weapon, node, and ability for 2 more trophies. I know I have to move fast, but I'm still very thorough in my exploration, making sure that the map is fully explored by the time I make it to the end. I take out another sentinel, and just a bit further, find the last escape hatch. This is the final rest point, the last stop before the final boss, and I wasn't sure what to expect, but damn, 8 got hands! This fight is intense. I think I only died twice so far in the rest of the game. I did get close a few times, but I almost always made it to an escape hatch, and I gotta say this game is extremely well balanced on that level. Here, however, I need a few tries to get the hang of it. 8 is very fast, hits super hard, and can even try to hack me back. But the end is in sight, and with over 90% of the dead filament loaded on a ship aimed at Earth, we can't afford to lose here. It is hard, and it comes down way closer to the wire than I expected, but eventually I do manage to take her down with a beautiful declaration of strength from my own daughter.
Stronger. I am Diana!
And with an emotional goodbye, 8 fades away, and we're ready to leave. Except, not quite. Without 8 to control it, the dead filament goes on a rampage, and although I'm not sure it can send the transport to Earth, at the very least it can destroy it and trap Diana here forever, and I cannot have that. What follows next is a very cinematic fight where Diana hacks, and Hugh fires a huge gun attached to a jetpack. Usually I'm not the biggest fan of those types of fight. I'd rather be the one to move around and decide when things happen. But come on, even I have to admit this looks so cool, and that final hack actually brought a tear to my eye. In a lot of games with dual protagonists, you tend to have one main character and a secondary helper. But here it really brings together how neither Hugh nor Diana could have accomplished anything without each other. A true finisher to the final enemy in the game. Exhausted more than anything, we fly up to the docks, so close to our goal. The moon and Earth are safe, the dead filament is gone, and now I need to get my girl out of here. Limping and in pain, it's obvious that Hugh is past his limit, and by pure luck, we find one last ship, intact and set to fly. Diana climbs on board, we get in position, and we tell her the truth. We're not going with her. This ending destroyed me. That final goodbye, telling her to go find the sea, the way Diana screamed in the window. I cannot remember the last time a game made me cry this much. Holy shit, I'm actually tearing up reading this. God damn, what's this game doing to me? It is absolutely beautiful, and even though it's incredibly sad, I still think it is a perfect, stunning ending for this game. Now, the story might be over, and my body might be completely dehydrated from crying so much, but the game itself isn't over. I still have 4 trophies to earn for the Platinum, and technically 3 of them involve the new Unknown Signal mode. Think of it like the Premium Adventure in Yakuza games. It's a mode where you can explore, train, and do stuff after the story. And since I was a good boy and collected everything before beating the game, as soon as I walk into the shelter, I am greeted with an alert and a new area. The Hidden Chambers is a similar thing to the training missions. It holds 10 simulations that need to be unlocked in a few ways, which include fighting an enhanced version of bosses for the first 4 areas. And as I travel and kick their asses, I also take care of another trophy. Remember at the start of the game when I talked about the mini cabin and how I said I wouldn't get them for a while? Well, it's only once the story was over and I checked my trophy list that I remembered they existed, and now I have 14 to find. Not gonna lie, I used a guide, and I was hoping that for how well hidden some of these are, that I'd get something for my trouble, but no, just a trophy. At least I do get one more thing from this game mode, the Jackhammer. Finally a melee weapon, and it is extremely powerful, able to deal tons of damage to even unhacked enemies. I'm about to jack all of these mechs off! That sounded wrong. Clearing the first simulation gives me an achievement, and once all 10 are completed, I get a few small rewards. A new weapon that fires Limb, a new skin for Hugh and Diana, and the final mod, which... hold on a second. It may suppress the spread of dead filament in organic life. There's no way. It can't be, right? The penultimate trophy needs me to beat the final boss again in this mode, so... maybe? Is there a chance that Hugh survives? Now, to be fair, this mod only adds a small extra scene after the credits roll, but I still screamed when I heard that one line. And now only 1 trophy remains, to beat the game again in the new Lunatic difficulty. I can't do a New Game Plus for it, which is a bit annoying since enemies are tougher and hit harder, and even more than in the original playthrough, I am thorough to pick up every upgrade material I can just to survive. But the good news is, I get to start with the ability to unlock almost every weapon and skill from the start, which include the Limb Cannon and, yes, even the Jackhammer. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Pragmata was an absolutely beautiful game, and is a very strong contender for my Game of the Year in 2026. I know I still have a few to try and play, but holy crap, this was good. Tight and fun controls, new and cool gameplay mechanics, a story that made me go through so many emotions, and a trophy list that I can only describe as amazing. The only trophy I didn't actually enjoy getting was the one for 15 mini cabins, but with a guide it took less than half hours to find all of them, so there's really no need to complain. And now, with another Platinum trophy under my belt, I'm gonna head off to get the next one. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more trophies, and tell me in the comments which Platinum you think I should get next. For now, stay safe, and I'll see you all next game.